Hi there, this is Greg, the Masked Gamer, coming to you with Primal the Awakening with the monthly Kharja Challenge. Whew. For those of you who are new to my channel, this is a place for us to discuss the hobby of board gaming. If you're still COVID cautious, if you're not COVID cautious, it is okay for you to be here as long as there is no minimization, denialism, or harassment. I'm very, very, very exhausted because I've been playing the Isofarian Guard for like 30 hours straight almost, it feels like. But I am here by myself today, so I don't need to wear the mask. And it's exciting. It's exciting. It's exciting. My Primal The Awakening group is meeting tomorrow, so that is why it has taken me so long to do the Kharja challenge, because I wanted to wait until I needed to set up the game for the next day anyway. I love this game. This game melts my brain. I have never done a fight without messing up a rule, so there's going to be rules messed up. I mean, I always mess up rules, but especially in this. The Kharja is actually a boss. This is a Kharja. Hello, I am a Kharja. The Kharja is a boss that I have yet to kill at all on any difficulty level, so I also expect to lose today. I was limited in my choice of hunters because I'm not using the ones that are in my campaign, so I'm going with Darian the Greatsword and Kara the Dual Blade in the hopes of DPSing the crap out of it before it kills me again. But I'm also super duper duper tired because I've been playing a lot of games and not doing much other relaxation-y stuff. But let me tell you, this game is a beast, and I've managed to finally get everything on camera at once, I think. But this is going to be a wild, wild, wild affair. Now, I have already done everything up to the first player turns, and I'm not going to be doing any rules stuff today except to talk through what I'm doing so you can tell me if I'm doing things wrong, which I probably am. So we've taken the great sword with the stone Orion blade, the iron helmet, the reef-bound plate, the iron greaves, just a lot of stuff to basically keep me alive. Kara, the dual blades, also got the iron helm, the reef-bound plate, but she's taken a skeletal spear so she can do some extra duper duper damage if she happens to end up in the front of the monster. And I've given her the ability to slow the monster, which will stop it from replenishing its cards as quickly because it can be brutal. On the map, we start off with fire where we are, so we immediately have to move, and of course, the space behind the Kharja is already going to be damaged. And we're gonna die. We're gonna die a lot. We're gonna die many, 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 many times. But we're gonna start with Darian. But anywho, some wonderful things happen when you're fighting a Kharja. For example, at the start of round one, each player exhausts a potion card. Yay! So I've already exhausted potions for both of them. Also, at the start of each round, due to In the Clutches of Fire, we will discard the top card of the behavior deck, and if it has the word claw, players in the front, which is both of us, will suffer damage immediately. So let's reveal that first card, shall we? Ah! It is not a claw, it is a fiery mane. What sucks is that's a card that would have made Kharja vulnerable. It would have been a great card to have actually played in the game, but however, it's going to go right into the discard pile. Ba-da-ba-boom! On Kharja's chest, the skin splits open and its heart begins to beat red hot like the caldera of a volcano. Great, great job. This is a game that's very, very, very hard to two-hand because the players do a lot of interrupts on each other's turns. So before I start Darian's turn, we're going to see what I have in Kara's hand. I have something that if somebody plays a red card, I can discard this card and look for another red card. I have something that lets me do something if I suffer damage. It has me, and I have something that is an assist, which means I can let Darren draw another card if I so choose. But the first thing that I am absolutely oh, nope. don't even get to do nothing yet because the first thing that happens is this card triggers because Darian's starting his turn and he is at the monster's front. So this is Flaming Tails. The Tales of the Kharja. I'm only going to read these flavor texts the first time they come up, so enjoy them while you can. The Tales of the Kharja whip the rocky ground and dart into the air like tongues of fire ready to seize and incinerate its prey. Each player in the rear sector must immediately move or suffer damage. Well, the good news is nobody's in that rear section. The bad news is he's not currently slowed, so that's going to refill straight off. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And when I move, something else is going to happen because that's what that symbol means. So that's going to be great too. So I know that there's things that I need to use yellow to defend against. So I'm not going to want to use my yellow cards, but I kind of feel like I'm going to just have to make things happen here. So we're going to go ahead and discard this Heavy Clash to move here. And as soon as we move, we trigger this, which is Firepaw. Oh, it's going to be terrible. Discard the top card of the behavior deck. If that card has the word claw, the active player suffers damage and becomes threatened. It does not have the word claw on it. Huzzah! Yay! So I believe even when there's an enhancement, I'm pretty sure that it still spends the boost even if the thing didn't happen, but I'm just going to double check. Yeah, the monster will always spend that extra boost to do the bigger thing if it can, so I kind of automatically removed a struggle by accident, so that's nice. Now I can actually do things. Huzzah! I'm going to want to do that. For sure. So we're going to discard Dragon Dash to play Voice of the Dragon into our sequence. And I'm going to put the sequence up here for each character. This is, I can reduce the stamina cost of, I forgot to increase my health by 2 due to my Iron Greaves for him. I can reduce the stamina cost of each, I don't want to do that actually. Never mind, not doing that, not doing that. That is not something I want to do. Instead, I want to use this to play Jumping Slice, which gives me aggro, and I already... Oh, shoot! I forgot to replace this with a Rampage. Okay. If you paid with a blue, which I did, you can increase the damage this attack deals by 3 per weapon level, and we're all level 1 in this, so that's going to be 3. Obviously, I'm not using Nightmare variants or anything like this. I'm just trying to survive. Okay, so I have done that. So I get to do a few things. First, I get to look at the top of the Trishan deck, and I can choose to discard it, but I'm definitely going to leave that 0 there. I like that 0. This is going to increase my attack by 3, so I do 4 plus 3 is 7 damage, and I like to use dials for the damage instead of the damage tokens in this game because there's a lot of math. So that's a nice first hit, and then I've got a whole bunch of poopy in the rest of my hand. I don't even need to play these cards because I know that that's an attrition of 0 there. And I'm just going to hold on to these for defense for the rest of the round. So I'm not going to play anything other than that 1 card and that 1 attack. So that's fine. So I do that, and that is the end of my action phase. So I am going to do the attrition phase. So we're going to reveal this. It's 0, as we saw, so I do not take attrition damage. At the end of the turn, I'm going to discard all cards from my sequence, and the reason I'm taking it slow is because the special rules of this encounter are brutal. Because this is the Kharja challenge, oh shoot, at the start of the round, each player discards cards equal to the card. Each person was supposed to discard a card at the beginning of that, so let me have done that now. Okay. The special objective card, Keep Your Distance, which helps you in the encounter, does not exist. At the start of every round, we must discard cards equal to the current round number from the top of our deck, which I forgot to do this time, of course. And we are hallucinating from the heat. The flames burning you have faces and long arms that tighten around you. In addition to regular fatigue damage, you would also suffer 1 heat damage every time you empty your deck. So I don't want to be emptying my decks too fast because of all of that extra damage that's going to come at me. So that's why it's like this. Okay, so I got 0 attrition. I am going to draw cards up to my hand size. So I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3 cards. Check if I have any assists. I do have some assists in case they are needed. The monster will turn to the aggro player, which is me. Roar! And that is the end of my turn. So now it is going to be Kara's turn. So at the start of Kara's turn, nothing is getting triggered, which is lovely. And she is going to start doing things. What is she going to do? Stealth, I believe, lets me not, action present characters do not trigger reactions which contain color or card type when they are played in your sequence. Ooh, that's nice. I have a stealthy card, which will be helpful. Oh, but I'm going to have to move to do anything, which is sad. Oh! No, that's okay. Oh, no. I just keep oh! No reason. Okay, I think I have a plan for this turn. So we're going to discard defensive attitude, offensive attitude, to move behind the Kharja since we can't hit it from the front due to its stance card. We are going to then we are going to use the deny card to play Half Moon, which is going to remove 1 struggle from the Kharja. Next, I am going to play Backstab. But Backstab is stealth, so it does not trigger this card. And that will do 4 damage to the monster. So we're going to do 4 damage, and that brings it to 11 health. And that means that I have done a wound to it. So we've done the first wound to the monster, and it's going to go back down to 0 to 1. Now, when I reach 6 health here, we're going to go to the next stance, and things are going to get harder. I also triggered Battle Dance with that, which is Kharja's special ability. So I'm going to do 3 times weapon level, which is 3 more damage. And I did not trigger that thing. Now, here is the question, and this is how I'm playing it. If I'm playing this wrong, somebody please let me know. But I think because Backstab had stealth, I can now play Blade Rush and still not trigger this double attack icon. Because I think that it doesn't count as 2 in a row. This might be wrong. Because there's a lot of idiosyncrasies in this game. So if I am incorrect in how that card works, please let me know. Thank you so much. But anywho, I take the aggro token because I did that, and I deal another 4 damage to the boss. So I've done a nice chunk of damage in this round, which is very good news for our team. Very good news indeed. And nobody has suffered any damage yet, which is even more better because let me tell you, the Kharja likes to wreak havoc. All right, so now we're going to reveal an attrition card, and if that has a number on it, I will suffer damage. Oh no, it has the number 1 on it. So I suffer attrition damage, which is 1 damage. And oh, that fudge is if I was able to reveal 2 things, I would have been able to get a counter on there, and I obviously was not paying attention to the things that work as usual, but that's okay. I suffered attrition damage. Then the monster will turn to the aggro player, which is now our friend Kara. And then that is the... Oh, I was supposed to discard first. First, we would discard 1, 2, 3, and then draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if I wanted to, I could have used some assists from Darian to try to pump up the damage that Kara was doing even more. But, like, I'm trying to play conservatively and just not die. So, yeah. Okay, so that is the end of the round. So, at the end of the round, we're going to move the round marker forward 1. And then we are starting. Oh, and nope, before we do that, at the end of the round, we have this, which is an end of the round ability. It is Onslaught, and this is a claw card. And it says each player in the front and flank will suffer damage unless they reveal a yellow card from their hand. And there's a boost effect, which we don't have. The good news is I have a yellow card, so you can't do it to me. Ha ha ha. I took a lot of yellow cards. And then we're going to replace that with the next card. Now we advance the round token. At this point in time, we have the option to consume. We can either, and we're not going to consume any of our potions yet because we're going to wait for things to get hairier later on. Then we do the behavior refresh. The lowest numbered card here is going to get discarded, which in this case is the 2 or the tail, which gets replaced by this, which is going to be horrible. And then the monster is going to gain 2 struggle, which is also going to be horrible. So a lot of terrible things are going to happen now, and we're going to see what they are one at a time. The first player token passes to Kara because she has aggro, which means she is starting her turn now. The first thing that's happening is she is in the front of the monster, so this is going to trigger the Terrifying Gaze from Kharja. Kharja will gain 1 struggle, and the active player will skip their turn unless another player discards an attack type card from their hand. Yeah, Darian will gladly discard so that Kara can take her turn. That was sad. This also triggers this Rampage card immediately, which could also be terrible. Kharja gains 2 struggle. Lovely. So when Kharja gets up to 6 struggle, it is going to unleash and do damage to us. I'm almost positive. Gosh, every time I play this game, I forget what the unleash ratio is, because that's the kind of person I am. Yeah, 3 per player. So at 6, it will unleash. Because, this is very bad. Does anybody have... Nobody has anything to stop this. In stance 1, we will place a damage token in the front sector. That is going to be terrible. We've got a damage token in the front sector. Then we refill this. Fantastic. We refill it with 1. The deck emptied. As soon as that deck emptied, we've done something called escalation, which is different than unleashing. Escalation puts a number of things that I also have forgotten somewhere that I also have forgotten, which is the monster will gain 1 struggle. So we still have 1 struggle left before things get bad. I don't know why I put that card face up. I didn't see it. You saw it. I don't know what it said, but you saw it. You know what I forgot to do? At the start of the round, I was supposed to discard the top card of the behavior deck, and if that card had claw, I was supposed to do something with it. And that card was the struggle card. So that should have been discarded at the start of the turn. See, this is what happens the whole game with this game. We are just going to keep going, and we're going to do better, is what I always say. And I never follow. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Oh, other things happen. Other things happen too, which I also forgot, which is because this is the Kharja challenge, we each have to discard the top 2 cards of our deck. 1, 2, 1, 2. Right. Okay. Reset. So that was the monster doing its things. and Kara can actually do stuff now, supposedly. if I can remember what I'm doing. He did not take damage, so nothing good there. he does have an assist, and he doesn't have anything much going on in his turn. So he's going to go ahead and give her an assist to draw a card to see if she can pop up anything useful, which she can. Okay. So she's going to start by using crossover, but instead of moving around the monster, she's going to overrun it and go to its butt and remove a struggle along the way. So that's okay. The next thing that we're going to do is we are going to discard this and play Perfection to draw a card. If it's a red card, I can play it as the next card in my sequence without paying its stamina cost. And oh my gosh, it is. So I can play it for free. That's cool. So that did 4 more damage to the boss, which wounds it again. That brought it to 12. So it's actually going to be a 2 with another wound. So 2 more wounds and things are going to start to get wild. Now, something else happens, which is I... Ooh, or do I want to trigger this monster doing scary stuff with the double whammy? I don't think I want to do anything that's going to trigger any this boss. Oh wait, I overran the monster, which meant that it is now slowed, which means that it won't replace any cards until the end of its thing. But that doesn't matter because it's all a bunch of stuff. I also forgot about the skeletal spear. I forgot about everything. Okay. Oh, whenever I inflict a wound, I heal 1. So that's cool. I remembered that way late. Okay. I can either trigger that to do something. I don't think that's going to be good because then I'm going to have all 4 of those things. So we're gonna use this card to play Natural Agility. My sequence is increased by 1, so I can play 6 cards instead of 5 this turn. Because I played it after a red card, I'm going to draw a card. Yes. I am going to play Cut Through to overrun the monster, inflicting slow, which I already did. Removing a struggle, because that was a blue card, and I get to draw 1. And I'm going to hold on to that one for dear life. Yes. Okay. So I've done all that. That is the end of my turn. We go to the attrition phase. 3. And I had 2. So I still take damage. I do not have anything to reveal from my hand, so I'm going to take 1 damage. And then I am going to... At the end of my turn, I'm going to discard in the order I played them. I'm going to refresh my hand up to 5. Oh my goodness. I have already emptied out my hand, so I take 1 wound from fatigue and 1 wound from heat, leaving me with 9 health left. And in this game, you shuffle your hand as soon as it empties, not when you need to draw something else. So as soon as something empties, that's when you're going to do it. And you know what? I probably should have realized that this was going to be emptying my hand a lot, and I probably should have gone like the thunder route where my damage goes up every time that happens. But I didn't do that. That's not what I did. I am a silly goose. Silly, silly goose. Silly, silly, silly goose. Now the good news is that during Darian's turn, because this is not going to turn to face him, so during Darian's turn, those front 2 things are not going to trigger. If he had the attacks to do so, which he doesn't, he would have been able to attack twice, and then some of those mouthy things would have gotten discarded before they did anything. But unfortunately, our friend Darian has a whole bunch of poopy in his hand. Like, his hand is just poopy. Like, he is going to discard a card to move, and then he's going to play a card that does nothing, just to try to prevent some attrition damage. And that's his turn. Like, that's it. That's all he could do. It's very sad. The good news is he didn't take any attrition damage, so this gets discarded. He obviously did not draw aggro, so the monster continues to face Kara, and then he's going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the funny thing is he's the one who gave himself some extra health, and he hasn't been taking no damages yet. But yeah, it whatever will be will be. Whatever will be will be. Okay, so that is now the end of the round. There's no thing there this time. I checked this time. Our slow token goes away. We are going to advance to round 3. As soon as we advance to round 3, we each discard 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It might have been start to have some things with reclaim, but smart I was not. Also at the start of the round, we discard the top card of the behavior deck. If it has claw, everyone in the front suffers damage. This does not have claw, so that does not happen. We go to the consume phase. The attrition level is 1. I could heal 4, but it's only 3, so I'm going to try to wait till I can heal a full 4. I'm not going to use the draw card thing. We do behavior refresh. So we get rid of this double whammy that I was very scared of. So that goes away. And this goes away. I didn't need to be that scared of it. It wasn't terrible. It gets replaced with these. And then the monster's going to gain 2 struggle. So here it is at 5 again, waiting to unleash upon us. Or did I flip that coin wrong? No, that's right. Okay. So, Kara still has aggro, so she is still the first player. So we're going to start off with this triggering against her. Now, I have some things I can do to ignore this. But anyway, for the duration of this turn, the active player cannot be assisted and must use only green to generate stamina for movement. You know, I think that's okay. I think we're just going to leave that as is and let it ride. I don't think there's any reason to do some wild stuff. We're going to use Shadow Step to move. Now that has a reclaim on it. While it is in my discard pile, if I ever play 2 red cards in a row, I can immediately get that card back, which is fun. But we use that to move, so we're going to use that to move over here because we don't want to be in the fire. Unfortunately, when we move, as usual, Kharja's going to do a thing. Discard the top card of the behavior deck. If that has the word claw on it, the active player suffers and becomes threatened. It does not have claw on it, and he did spend that to do it, so that's nice. And now we have a whole bunch of things that are going to happen at the end of the round that are going to be terrible. As usual, because things are always terrible. But the good news is we can fight pretty much without any worries, which is very, very good. Mm-hmm. Oh, we're going to do so much stuff. This is going to be great. So first, we are going to spend Iron Hedge to play... Oh, wait, no. We are going to play Iron Hedge. It is a yellow card. Then we are going to play Airblade, which is free because I played it after a yellow card. That is going to do 4 damage to the monster, bringing it to 6 damage on this stance. Then I am going to play Crescent Strike, which is a chain from red, so I can play it directly after that. That is going to increase my sequence limit by 1, which is not the big deal, but the big deal is that I am going to do 4 damage because of the attack. I am going to reclaim Shadow Step from my discard pile. I am going to, that's 10, so this is going to do another wound, bringing it to 7, so we're getting there. And that was a battle dance, so I do 3 damage from that chain effect. Now I have 2 cards in my hand again. Isn't that great? I wish I knew what the attrition number was going to be. Like, Do I want to play another card? Do I want to risk that? I can't accept any assistance. So I feel like, ooh, and if I, ooh, and the problem here is that I'm in the tail and something bad's going to happen in the tail to Darian. So we are going to use assist to play Shadow Step, which also lets me immediately move without paying any stamina cost. And we're going to go back to that damaged space to try to stop other spaces from being damaged. So I like I push, quack, 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 boop, boom, and came right back to the front. It's amazing. I inflicted a wound and I forgot to heal again, but I'm healing now, so I remembered that time. And yeah, that's great. Okay, cool. So I did a whole lot of stuff there. So we're gonna see if attrition hits me. 1, no attrition damage for me. We are going to discard the cards that I played. We are going to draw up to my hand size of 5. We are going to turn the monster to face me, but it already is. And then it's going to be Darian's turn. So Darian's got a nice, clean sweep here. Like, he doesn't even have to move because the monster's facing away from me. And I think it's going to be worth it. It's potentially going to be worth it to not move. But we will see what comes out of our deck first. So, there is a lot of stuff happening here. A lot of stuff. I think the first thing that I'm going to want to do is going to be to play. I'm going to allow myself to get threatened, which means I draw 2 attrition cards instead. I just don't see the need to move. We're going to discard Defensive Insight to play Retreat, which lets me draw 2 cards. Give me more fighting. Give me more fighting. Oh! Oh! That's a good one. My excitement there was a little weird, but sure. Cool. Cool. Can I have an assist, Kara? Sure, you can have an assist, Darian. Thank you so much, Kara. Oh no, I took 2 damage. Doom, doom. That doesn't count as suffer damage for Tenacious Blade, though. Unfortunately, I did not draw lovely stuff. I just drew some stuff, but I still have some more ideas up my sleeve. So let's we're gonna still try to do more maybe. Let's see. Do I want to do that or do I want to do that? Do I want to do that or do I want to do if I do that, then that's that. Yeah, we're gonna try. We're gonna try to really, really whack this up, and we're gonna play Sentinel. We're gonna discard Sentinel to play Pressing Strike, which is gonna give me aggro, take away a threat, and let me draw 2 more cards. Give me a fighting card. Curses. It did not give me a fighting card. That is not what I wanted. Well, I'm just going to have to do things the way I was going to do them otherwise. It's sad. It's very sad. But maybe, maybe, no. If I do that, yeah, I think it's just going to play out the way it's going to play out. I'm humming and hawing and not really telling you what's going on in my brain, but that's okay. We're going to spend 3 stamina to play Precise Strike. Precise Strike is going to do 4 damage to the boss, bringing this to 7. It is going to make the boss vulnerable, which will mean the next attack does double damage. I get to look at the top card of the attrition deck and choose to discard it. I'm going to discard it because it would have hurt me. And then I am going to use... I am going to discard a stamina to play Double Slash. That is going to do 2 times damage, so that's 8 because of vulnerable. So that brings it to 15, which is enough to break the stance. So a lot of things are going to happen now. So we take this down by 10 because we've broken the stance. We are going to move to the next stance phase. In stance 2, we are going to place a fire token on each sector of the board that is damaged. Now, something I forgot to do on the previous turns is this fire would have started to go out and finally gone out. Now, these fires are not going to necessarily do that. Now, Kharja needs 14 damage instead of 10, and then when it gets to 2, something else terrible is going to happen. But in addition to that, its unique ability changes. It's now immune to blind, which is fine, because I don't take blind. However, whenever Kharja suffers a wound, we will place a counter on it. And whenever a player suffers attrition damage, they will suffer 1 additional damage for each counter on Kharja. So we're going to take more and more damage as this goes on. I'm peering at the top card of that and discarding it again because of my Orion Blade. And then that is the end of my turn. So now we are going to check 2 cards because I'm threatened. And we still had a 2 in there, so I do suffer attrition damage, which is still only 1 damage. I am taking 1 damage. I am revealing a yellow card from my hand, and I am putting a counter token on, if I can find them, I am putting a counter token on my special that I'm going to work on overriding. Oh, and I inflicted a wound. Oh, I inflicted a wound and did have damage, so I could heal 1 because of that reef-bound plate. I forgot. Okay, I forgot about that again. Because I just forget about everything. That's what I do. Okay, we're going to discard all the cards from my hand. That was a nice turn. We're going to draw up to our hand size. We are going to turn the monster to face the aggro player. And that is the end of the round. So at the end of the round, we have 2 end of round abilities, which is going to Sufferin' Succotash. Sufferin' Succotash. Oh, that's at 6. Right? That was at 6? Yes, 6. So we're just going to go left to right, because sure. Oh, I can't lift it. Okay. Threatened players, oh no, suffer damage where X is the number of counters on Kharja. Well, there's no counters yet, so that's fine. I will suffer 1 damage and reveal a yellow from my hand and flip my special over. So from now on, I have a Tenacious Blade, which means whenever I spend a yellow, I can remove 1 struggle and gain a defense token. And whenever I suffer damage, I can discard a yellow to have that damage rounded down. So take that, Kharja, take that, Kharja. Okay. And then we're going to do the other one, then we have to restart. All right. Onslaught. This is a claw. Each player in the front and flank sections must suffer damage unless they reveal a yellow from their hand. The aggro player must reveal 2 yellow instead. I don't have anything to stop that. Oh, he's going to spend 1 to make it that the aggro player must reveal 2 yellow instead. Now, I have a yellow, so look, that's yellow, so Kara has a yellow, but Darian only has 1 yellow, and because of the enhancement, he is going to suffer damage. So he suffers a damage. And he doesn't have that funky little thing anymore. I don't want to... I could discard this card to stop it, but I'm not going to do that because I don't know what else is going to be coming my way in the near future. And then we're going to put 1 here. We replace it with this. Because we're shuffling that deck again. We're going to shuffle this deck. And then we're going to do a thing. Because it's the end of the round. So now the round is ended. So we are going to advance to round 4. At the start of... Nope, there's no more at the start of the round. There is no more at the start of the round, except at the start of round 4, everybody discards 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have to remember I still have that reclaim thing in here, but I don't have anything to pick it up with, which is very sad. Okay, we are now at the consume phase. This is a 1, so I can get back 4 health if I consume my Aylmore, and honestly, I don't care about getting points in your silly challenge. I just want to survive it, so I'm going to use that to heal 4 on Darian. I can discard a hand to search my deck for well, no, I think that I don't think that's going to help any. Let me remember what cards I have. Yeah, it's not going to help any. I didn't look at the order. I just was like, okay. So we did that. We are going to start with Darian. Darian is going to be the first player because Darian has the aggro token. Oh, nope, I forgot something. We have to discard this and replace it. And then he's going to gain 2 struggle. I can't believe he didn't unleash yet. That's me knocking on wood. Okay. I don't know why I keep calling the Kharja he. It could very well be a she or a they. So I apologize to Kharja for that assumption. Okay, so we are starting with Darian. Darian is indeed being faced by the Kharja right now. So we're going to trigger this one. Oh, all these things are going to be bad. Each player in the rear, aha, no one's in the rear. Take that, Kharja. And then this triggers because of Rampage. Kharja gets to struggle. And that's going to cause a unleash. So everybody's going to take 1 damage. There's no counter yet, so everybody's going to take 1 damage. So that's 1 damage for Darian and 1 damage for Kara, who still can't do her Blade of Vengeance thing. And then we replace with this and this. And the wild thing about Kharja is he just goes going with his deck so fast. All the time. All the time. I forget what Berserker does. That's what Berserker does. Okay. He's going to have to move to do anything because he's in the fire zone. So let's discard this to move here. And now we can do things, but there's really not much to do. We're gonna play Defensive Insight, reveal 1 yellow card from our hand to draw that many cards. Well, there's something. It's just not great. But it is what it is. I do 4 damage to you, boss. And I look at the top card of the attrition deck, which is a 1. So I don't need to play anything else. However, if I do play this card, I will remove a struggle. So we're going to do that. Okay. I'm empty. But I play yellow, so I can remove a struggle and gain a defense token. And that defense token gives me an extra attrition defense, which is not going to matter because it's a 1. But the good news is I get to remove a struggle whenever I play a yellow. So it gives me some flex. That's everything that I could do. There's not going to be much damage happening this turn. It just is what it is. So we move on to the attrition phase. We already knew that was a 1. Luckily, nothing terrible happens when we shuffle the attrition cards, unlike every other deck in the game where something terrible happens every time we empty it. But not the attrition deck. The attrition deck is just fine. Thank you so much for checking in. And then we are going to discard, and here comes the fire. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I forgot to flip these fires. I take damage from fatigue and from heat. Oh, his next turn can be big. That's good. Oh. I forgot to do a thing again. Did you see what I forgot to do? I forgot to trigger this when I moved, which discard the top card of the behavior deck. We're just going to do it out of order. That's not a claw. Okay. That would have been terrible. I got a bunch of assists, but they're attacks, and I want to hold on to them and do checks. So, okay. So that happened. He still has aggro, so the Kharja turns to face him. And that is now Kara's turn. Kara, that is going to now be Kara's turn. Ooh. We're going to use this to move here so that we can do something. Yeah. We're going to spend this to play this to suffer damage. We are voluntarily suffering 1 damage and bringing our health down to 7. Why is this moving so much? Okay, 7. This was staying very still in a different game earlier today, but 7, and because I did that, I can draw 2. Not exactly what I wanted in my life, but something. Okay. Yeah. We're going to play this card. Oh, the first card I played was a aggro card. Then we're going to play Blade Rush. Great. Blade Rush is going to do 4 damage to the monster, bringing it to 13. At least I did something this turn. And because I played it after that, I get to draw another card. Come on, give me an assist, please. Fine, I will give you an assist. Thank you. Oh no, my deck emptied out. Ooh. Shit. I still couldn't reveal the thing, but this is also exciting. Maybe. I can't do everything I want to do. Can you give me another assist, please? No. But please, no. But please, no. But please, no. Fine, Darian. You're not a team player. See, I'm role playing. This is me playing both characters. Darian's definitely saying no, and it's very sad. It's very sad because this could have been a big move, and instead it's going to be terrible because we're going to discard this to do another attack. This attack is going to do 4 damage, bringing the boss to 17. Now, before anything else happens, that triggers a stance change, bringing our health down to 3, doing a wound, and we're just gonna track these Kharja counters with damage tokens because I feel like that's just gonna be easier for me to remember what it means. But I did trigger this, which does another 3 damage, which is nice. And I did not get to do anything else lovely. Oh, I inflicted a wound, so I heal 1. Gosh, I don't remember what my life was at because this is sliding all over the place. I think it's at 6. I hope it's at 6. Yeah, sure, it's at 6. Why not? We're just gonna say that's what it's at. It's at 6. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. And that is it for her. Wild. We go to the attrition phase. Did he move? He moved this time, so he's not friend anymore. The attrition phase. 2. I have 2. Haha, you evil dragon thing. I have not taken the damage from you. I said, I had to discard the defense token. And then we're going to discard 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that sucks because she's not going to want to use her potion, but she should. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We cheated again because I was supposed to reveal this, which is the active player would suffer damage unless they reveal a thing from their hand, which they didn't have, so they would have suffered another 1 damage. So I missed that, as usual. Yeah, things are not looking great for her right now. And yeah. Okay. So this is going to turn to face her. Rar. That is the end of the round. So we've got 2 end of round cards yet again. So let's see how much damage happens. Threatened players suffer damage, but there is nobody's threatened. And each player in the front and flank suffer damage unless they reveal a yellow from their hand. I don't have the boost icon to spend, so I have a yellow. I have a yellow. Screw you, Kharja. Screw you till someday. Oh, I'm going to escalate and go rah rah rah. Okay. Such a poopy head. Poopy head, poopy head, poopy head, poopy head. He is such a poopy head. Poopy head, poopy head, poopy head, poopy head. He is such a poopy head. Something else happens at the end of the round. What is it? What is it? Ah, the fire goes away. That's a helpful one, unlike other ones. So we're going to go to round 5. At the start of the round, we have to discard that many cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's Mira when you need her? And then we can consume. Kara's gonna try to wait it out. She is. She's gonna try to wait it out. It might be dumb, but that's what she's doing. She's gonna try to wait it out. Uh, mm, yeah, she's gonna wait it out. And do you want to go? I think he's in very good shape. Okay. Whew. They're just risking it. We discard both of these. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. And we add 2 of that. And now Kara goes. Okay. So we start with triggering this card. The duration of this turn, the active player cannot be assisted, must use only green to generate stamina for movement. Skeletal Spear says no. We're going to cancel that. Is that true? No, I don't think we're going to cancel that. No, we're going to discard Divert to immediately overrun the monster, which slows it so it doesn't replace this till the end of my turn. Take that, Kharja. That's right. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Okay. Blade Charge. Your weapon gets +2 damage till the end of the turn. Yes. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you bad. Slice. Remove a thing. Okay, now a bunch of terrible stuff's gonna happen because chain, red, crescent strike. I am going to do a lot of stuff and then take a lot of damage and get knocked out. So we are going to start with doing 4 damage from our basic attack, which brings us to 10. And then that was an overrun, so that brings us to 13. Which, oh wait, the 10 brought us to 12 because my weapon damage is +2 this turn. And then the chain is actually 5, bringing us to 17. Ha, which does a wound. So the things that happen when a wound happens is I heal 1, we put a damage counter here, the wound goes here. Is there anything else? It's just when it suffers a wound. I healed 1 because I suffered a wound. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. And then these other 2 cards are going to trigger and terrible things are going to happen. But it's okay. Because I feel like that was all very much worth it. Kharja becomes vulnerable. The active player suffers 3. Well, not much I can do about that. Okay. And this also happens. The active player suffers damage unless they reveal a thingy from their hand. So we will suffer 1 more. We are still kicking at 2 health. Those don't refresh until the end of my turn because I slowed him. See how that works? See how that works? Yeah. Okay. Whew. Oh, I became threatened because I didn't move. I didn't officially move. So, oh yeah, this is gonna knock me down now, isn't it? Oh fuck, pickles. Oh well. All right, I took attrition damage of 3. The good news is that when I would suffer damage that would knock you down, prevent it once per game. So I just prevented that whole swath of damage. And Kharja is like, Kara is like, take that, Kharja, Kara, Kharja, Kara, Kharja. Anyway, the next hit's going to be pretty insane as well. Just you wait to see what is about to happen. It is wild. Okay, so we're going to discard this, and discard this, and discard this, and draw up to our hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's still alive. 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 She's still. Okay. Sorry. Whew. I am overwhelmed. Okay, Kharja's turning over here. It's Darian's turn. Oh. And that was the end of her turn, so now we replace these things. If a player moves, that's going to trigger, and the rampage is going to trigger. The good news is, I don't care. I am not going to move. I am going to let myself get threatened. Where's my threatened token? Darian's like, threaten me, yo. Okay. Oh, there's some interesting things here. Hey, Kara, can I get an assist? I don't have an assist to give you. Well, you suck, Kara. You truly suck. You're a suckity suck. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Is there any way to make this more interesting? I guess so. But no, it's no. It just is gonna be what it is. But here we go. I don't want to use that. I'm gonna use this. Okay with this. Okay with this. Wait. I think this is the best way to do it. We're gonna do this to remove a threat. I am in a flank, so my next attack. Oh, nope, I don't want to do that. That is not true. That is the opposite of true. I just want to pay for this jumping slice with that slash to the flank. Because it is a blue card, the damage this attack deals is increased by 3. So that's 4 plus 3 is 7 times 2 because of vulnerable is 14. That's right. 14 in one hit, which is a whole thing. And I'm going to heal one because of my refarmer when I do that. We've done a total of 14 damage, which means this stays the same. This goes down to 3. We put another wound counter on Kharja. And does anything else happen when I do that? No. It was just, here, Kharja, have a wound. Die. But now we're going to take, oh, I played a red thing, so I can look at the top card of this deck and discard it. You know, yeah, we're gonna just, no, we're gonna take damage no matter what, so we're gonna leave it there. We're gonna draw 2 cards. The worst one takes effect, which is the one which is exactly what we want, actually. We're gonna take attrition damage of 4, which is not what we want, but shit happens. Don't want to be doing that anymore. But anyway, okay, and that is that, and I didn't move or nothing. So we are going to discard this. We're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4. We are going to turn him to face me. Rawr! It is the end of the round, but there's no end of round thing. We are going to advance to the next round, right? There's nothing else that happens at end of round. Nothing else happens at end of round. Nothing else happens at end of round. Nothing else happens at end of round. No, it doesn't. Okay. So we go to round 6. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1. And she goes boom. Oh no. Oh, guacamole. Okay. So I have to get rid of one of these, which is going to be this one. She's going to be at 7 health when she comes back to life. Fudge. Well, I made a boo-boo. I mean, she did do a lot of damage. That was okay. But let's shuffle this wound into her deck. Oh no. It's the heat and the heat did it, and if she would have just healed 2. No, it's still, oh no, she would have healed 2. No, I think she would have still gone down if I'm doing the math right in my head, but I'm probably not doing the math right in my head. It's wild. She never got to even try to like trigger this Blade of Vengeance thing, which is very nice. But yeah, well, at least her slow kind of kept her alive a little bit longer, right? Okay, well, that happened. Do we want to? No, we're not going to use that. I don't call that cheating. I call that me trying to control 2 characters, and it hurts my head. Okay, so he's not going to do that. We're going to behavior refresh, which gets rid of this one. Oh. Jeez. Which gets rid of this one. And then the monster's going to get to struggle. And then I get to take my turn. So I want to try to get over there and bring her back from the dead. The good news is nothing's looking at me. Spend this. We're gonna need to move first. So we're gonna use this to move to her space. Right. We are going to spend this to flip her token. We are going to spend this to draw 2. 1, I take 2 damage. Two. That sucked. Oh, but I do remove a threat because it was a thing, so that's a little better. Um, this we'll play this. We'll draw this. I don't take any threats. At the end of my action phase, I can return a card from my sequence to my hand. Oh, that's actually before I drew that, so I could do that and then get this back. Oh, and that removed one of these. Okay. And I played a yellow, which also removes one of these. I keep forgetting all of these things that I. And that was Berserk. That's not an attack, so never mind. Okay, I'm just talking to myself so much there. Sorry about that. That's all I can do. And yeah. So attrition happened. The monster turned. On her turn, all she does is stand up. She has 7 health. I don't think she gets her turn, if I recall. I think she has to. I'm almost positive. Almost positive. Knocked down, knocked down, knocked down. Eyes is in a different place. Backwards. Yeah, I don't get to don't get to do nothing. No, I'm not threatened. You're not threatened. Neither of you are threatened. Okay. Why do I only have this in my hand? I was supposed to discard this and draw 1, 2, 3, and he's supposed to be facing us now, and that's the end of the round. But that's bad trouble. Okay. So end of round is a bad card. Threatened play. Nobody's threatened. Nobody's threatened, but there is a rampage. Kharja gains 2 struggle. It's not stance 1 anymore. That's fine. This goes here, gets 1 struggle for refilling. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle. Okay, this is not so bad, I don't think. I hope. We'll see. Oh gosh. All right. End of round. On to round 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's it start? Okay. Survive that. Consume. That says 1. Oh, shoot, she's at max health, so why would she do that? That doesn't make no sense. Um, but I feel like I'm going to discard Shadow Step because I'll probably be able to reclaim it to search my deck for a thing. Which will be this. Yeah, that made sense. He wants to keep what he's got. Yeah, he's going to want to keep what he's got. And yeah, okay. Oh, she's standing. Okay, that was the consume phase. Behavior refresh. We lose the movement one, which is good. We don't want to have that one. He's going to get 2 struggle, which is he's still there. And it's going to be the start of Darian's turn. Darian is in the front. You suffer. Nope. Okay, don't be bad. Each player in the rear must have things happen. That's right. Peace. Okay. All right, Darian, let's do some shits. I have to move to do anything. I want this to come before this. I want that to be before that. I want an assist. Kara's like, no. Um, I'll just hit it once then instead of twice. So we'll move. Okay. Now. Mm, we're going to play Counter Strike, and then we're going to play Jumping Slice by using Pressing Strike. So I paid with a blue, which increases my attack by 3 to 7. This increases my attack by 3 to 10, so that's 10 damage. And I get to look at the top card of the attrition deck, which we're going to leave there. That's my turn. Oh, this happens first. Kharja becomes vulnerable. Nice. The active player suffers a lot of damage, which is 1 plus 3. Does that sound right? Yep. 1 plus 3 is 4, which doesn't kill me, so I don't get to. That would have been a nice one to block, but that's not the way things worked out. And what's that? Um, did I do the attrition? I looked at the attrition. Now the attrition happens, which doesn't get me. Oh, I forgot to remove 1 struggle and get a defense token because I played a yellow because of my tenacious blade. This stuff goes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and oh, that'll be cool. Okay, it's gonna turn to face me, and now Kara can go. I don't think Kara's gonna move though. Do I remember what this card does? Can I look? I'm not gonna look. Oh, did I do a wound? I didn't do a wound. Okay. I have a lot of things. I I want to take damage because. Oh, he played a red card, so I could have discarded that and gotten another red card, which is something I should have done. So we're just gonna say I did it. Okay. That changes stuff too. Just let the threat come at me and try to do some massive damage here again. I know I've said that before and it was a mistake the first time, but that's what we're saying. So we're going to discard Disengage to play Fighting Spirit, where I'm going to suffer 1 damage and draw 2 cards. Not what I want. It's fine. This is a chain. So that is 3. That is 4 damage to Kharja. 17. That does a wound, which brings it down to 3. Does a wound. I heal 1 because I did a wound. We add 1 of these because I did a wound. That is going to move into stage 3, where it now takes 12 health each. Advance the round marker to 8. And the final card here is when a player suffers attrition damage, they suffer 1 for each counter at the end of the round. If Kharja's health is 1, all players will suffer a ton of damage. Basically. And now I can only hit it from the side. Well, that ruined everything. Oh, I'm on its side. That didn't ruin anything. Ha ha ha! That's right. Okay. So, I did that. I am going to then play this blue card, which is going to remove a struggle and remove another struggle because of I played it after this. And I can immediately overrun the monster, which I do, which makes it slow, and I draw a card, and I do 3 from my battle dance. The sequence 5 or more than sequence. Sequence 5. Yeah, I don't have anything to increase my sequence, unfortunately. Okay, so I did all that. Oh, my first attack was doubled, so that should have done 4 more damage because of the vulnerable from the previous turn. So fixed that. Okay. So I played that card. That is causing take damage. I suffered. Oh, I did that to suffer damage. So I could have revealed 2 when I did that. When I played Fighting Spirit and took 2 damage, I could have done that. So I did it now. Sorry, just there's a lot happening. All right, so we've revealed 2 attack cards. Does overrun count as movement? When I overran, should I trigger that other card? No, no. I don't know the answer to that. Let's see. Nope, nope. It is not considered to be movement. Okay. So that overrun does not count for this, as far as I read in the book. Again, let me know if I'm wrong. Okay, so we revealed this. The active player will suffer damage unless they reveal a yellow from their hand. I don't have a yellow from my hand, so I do suffer damage. Because I suffered damage, I get to reveal these 2 things, which gets to flip my Blade of Vengeance over. And my hand size is increased, and from now on, whenever I get attacked, I can reveal 2 red cards in order to deal my weapon damage. So that's actually not bad. He's slowed, so it doesn't refill. Right. I can only play 2 more cards. I suffered damage, so I'm going to discard this Blade Rush to overrun it again, dealing 2 damage to it. I can't increase my sequence right now. I am going to... this is a chain with blue, so I'm playing this to remove 1 struggle. That's another attack, which is another 4 damage, bringing it to 16. And nope. And then I get to play this, which is an assist chain red, to remove 1 struggle and deal another 5 damage, bringing this to 21, which is not enough to push it, because I don't want to push it, because then things get even worse. And that is a massive turn. And we go to attrition. 2. So I still fudge. I wasn't thinking about that. Well, 1 plus 4 is 5. Still kicking. Still kicking. Alright, so we're going to discard, but we're not going to be kicking for long because my hand size just increased by 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, dead. Oh! So sad. Okay, that's it for Kara. Kara is completely dead now, which means aggro is now you. I don't have the spear anymore. Oh, the spear was gonna do all the things. Okay. And the problem is I can't. Fudge pickles. Okay, it is what it is. It is what it is. So we're gonna We're gonna just try to live for like 2 more minutes. Oh, we're so dead. No, it's never gonna happen. Okay, but let's end of round. This happens. Each player in the front and flank suffers damage unless they reveal a thing from their hand. He doesn't, luckily, have the boost to make that any worse. So that's going to get replaced. We're going to go to round 9. I have to discard an amount of cards from my hand. I would have taken damage, but I prevent it with this thing. This once per game thing. So I didn't get knocked down. But unfortunately, it's just not going to help me out, I fear, because I only have 2 health still, and I don't have much options. I just want to see if there's anything specific that might save me. There is. So we can use Evoc at the start to draw this instead of this. And that's going to be my consuming. I know I'm doing it out of order, which is probably not a good idea for this game with how wild this game is, but that's what I did. Not slowed anymore. And behavior refresh is going to happen, which is this movement one. Oops. And it's going to get to struggle, and then it's going to start its turn. And if it does damage to me, that's it. So, yeah. So this is Kharja gains 1 struggle. The active player skips their turn unless somebody else does a thing. If the active player is the only one standing, then they must discard 1. Okay, fine, I discarded that. That was a terrible one. Then it rampages. Gets 2 struggle. We put this here, it gets 1 struggle and unleashes, and the unleash is enough to kill me. Oh, wait, no. I can discard this to prevent the unleash damage. But can I do 27 damage in this 1 turn after I just discarded 2 cards from my hand? I don't think so. I looked at the top card, so I have to change that card. Okay. And that's yeah, this is hard. Oh, I had a card with resilience on it, so I could have drawn a card when I took damage. That's good. Okay, that helps a little. So we're gonna discard this to move, and then we moved. So this happens. Discard the top card of the behavior deck. If it has claw on it, it doesn't. Okay. Oh, this should have 2 of that, so it's that. Gets replaced with this. Okay, I'm on its flank. Did I take damage twice? I took damage from no, because the other thing was from discarding the stuff from my hand. So I didn't. Okay. I just can't think of a way that I'm going to survive this. But we're gonna play this. Reduces the cost of the next card you play by 1 because my thing is revealed. I'm gonna play this, which removes the struggle. I'm gonna play this, which does not a lot. Does 4 damage, which brings it down to 1. I just have to do 23 more damage to it and not die. But there's absolutely no way to do that because of everything that's about to happen. But we're gonna leave that there. So attrition happens, and we're okay. We discard, discard, discard. We draw up to our hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just realized that my laptop hasn't been plugged in this entire time, and the battery was about to die. So that would sucks. Hopefully we're still going. Yep. Okay. I mean, we're almost done anyway, and it's going to be a bad ending. All right. So we did that. Oh, I inflicted a wound, so I healed one. Right. I don't think that's going to help me, but maybe. We didn't suffer attrition. It's going to turn to face me. It is end of round, so this happens. I'm not threatened, so that doesn't do anything. At the end of the round, if Kharja's health is 1, all players suffer damage plus X, where X is the number of counters on Kharja. So that's 5. And I'm going to discard this to have it to 2.5, rounded down is 2, which leaves me with 1 life. I have resilience, so I get to draw a card. Here it comes. And yeah. And then we move to the next round. And at the start of the round, I discard 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I die. So yeah, all y'all who are winning this with Nightmare and not using health potions, I can't kill a Kharja, but that is the closest I've ever gotten. Like, I don't think I've even ever gotten it down that far before. Kharja kicks my tuchus. But this game is wild. If this is your first time seeing it, you can see it's wild. There's just so much going on with it. Every fight. And every monster is so wild and unique. And I love that they're doing this monthly challenge thing, because it's very, very hard. Like, playing through the whole campaign is arduous because there's so much to it. But having this whole thing where I was like, okay, I'm going to spend an hour and build a deck, which didn't work, and then fight something, is pretty cool. And I like that they're going to keep doing this monthly, and I can't wait to get more hunters and more monsters and all that stuff. This is like, I've heard a lot of people compare this to Marvel Champions, which I dig that comparison. I think this is Marvel Champions times like 20 in terms of like cognitive overload. So with that, I'm gonna go walk the dogs. I'm gonna clear this off, set up for my 3-player game of this tomorrow, and I don't know, maybe have some pumpkin pie. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to keep your health bars full, unlike Darian and Kara, who definitely did not. Have a great night.